Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the live lesson today. We're looking at lesson 3 of Unit 2. This has to do with combining all of the aspects of literary devices and themes and putting it all together in a lovely word called intertextuality. I'm hoping at this point in time everyone has viewed the movie and everybody's made the notes. That will make this part of the unit a lot easier to do. If you go under the lesson 3, you'll see this. And just like all the other lessons that have been that have been logged onto this program, you'll see you have the expectations that we as teachers are hoping that you'll accomplish at the end of this lesson. A lot of you have already looked at this, the top part of this lesson, so I'm just going to stroll on down and go to where I would like to start, which is right about here. If I'm not mistaken, Tully has already gone through some literary devices. What I find is funny about all this is at one time poetry was a huge aspect of any English course, and now all of a sudden we were able to use music as poetry. And I remember the first year I said to the students that we're starting our poetry unit, and of course you had the usual groans and moans coming from the class. But then when I said that we're going to be looking at Stairway to Heaven, the heads were just rolling in the classroom. I could see it. And for me, Stairway to Heaven is by far one of the best examples of a song that is just littered, absolutely littered with poetic devices. And I remember having this discussion with a student yesterday in terms of, do songwriters actually sit down and strategically put in, 5 similes and 2 metaphors and 3 alliterations or things like that? Do they actually sit there and consciously think of putting these things in their songs? And I don't really have the answer for that. What I do know, again, based on a song like Stairway to Heaven, it's a classic. It is definitely a song that has proven itself over time. It's gone through many generations and many years, and the themes, the context of that song resonates with lots of us. And I don't know, maybe because it is littered with poetic devices that it has become such a popular song. I recommend it if you're interested. I'm sure we all have heard that song. Now, like I said, I think Tully has gone through a whole bunch of the literary devices, and I'm not going to bore you too much with them. We tend to use this figurative way of language on most days, but we just don't put a title. We don't label it. We don't sit there and go, oh, I just used a simile, or oh, I just used a metaphor. We just speak in that manner. A lot of us who do use the figurative language as a daily method of speaking, they tend to be just a little bit more wittier than others because they have that ability to use the figurative language. Now let's get to today's assignment, okay? Today's assignment for me is an excellent, fun assignment. If anything, it comes down to which songs to choose. We have a volume of songs thanks to music being a part of human nature, I believe, since cave people, to be honest. I think that music definitely unites humans. It awakens the soul, awakens the spirit. And I think that just like literature, music has a way to open your soul, open your mind, and make you see and look at things differently. And that's kind of what this assignment is all about. We're making you internally look at yourself and look at the themes that surround this novel, this movie. So what you have to do is this. There were a number of songs that were used throughout the movie to enhance either a theme or enhance the scene that the director was showing to the audience. Now, you are to choose one of the songs that was indeed used in the soundtrack of the movie, and then you're to use your analysis skills to just dive deep into the song. Now, some of these songs will not have a lot of meat for you to pull apart, and that's fine. We just want you to try your best with this. What you will be looking at is the lyrics, obviously, of the song that you chose, and a good way to start looking at analyzing the song would be actually doing a Google search of the artist or a Google search of the band. For example, the Hero song by David Bowie, in fact, was written around the Berlin Wall era. And if you know anything about the division of East and West Germany, it was a very political, heated time, and the song actually indicates the troubles of the East and the West German peoples. And so, given that, you're able to analyze the song a little bit more, interpreting what some of the aspects of the song might be. Maybe the symbolism, maybe the alliteration, not sure. It's something that you can look into, okay? Also, what you, like what I've already been saying, you're going to look at some of the key devices that might be there. More often than not, for songs, you're going to be looking at just usually the most specific literary devices, such as symbolism, similes, metaphors, and alliteration. Those are by far 3-4 things that are most prevalent in written narrative or narrative features. And so I would recommend that you look for those things first off. And then, of course, repetition. Usually with verses, you'll have some sort of repetition. And think about maybe the tone and the tempo of the song, because those actually are effective ways to emphasize a theme that is supposed to be coming out in the movie or in the novel. And then the other thing that we want you to do with this one song that you've chosen from the soundtrack of the movie is, how does it connect to the film? How does it relate to the film? And why do you think that Charlie chose it? Because if he chose it, it has to relate to one of the themes that we have presented to you. So therefore, how does it add to our understanding of the film? We know that it's a coming-of-age movie, but how does this song reflect that? And that's what we're looking for in the part A of the discussion of Charlie's music. We've given you a few examples of how to analyze a poem, but you've got to understand when you're analyzing a poem, it really is, how does it make you feel? How does it what does it make you think of? And stop right there and just, if you have to, listen to the song and listen to the tempo, listen to the tone. And I think you'll get a better sense of what this assignment and what we're looking for. Now, the part B of this assignment, oh my gosh, is my favorite, I think. Only because you are now going to put together, and I say put together in a metaphorical way, your own mixtape. I would love if I could have a blank tape, mixtape from all of you, but to be honest, I'm not even sure there's any place around here that sells blank tapes. So technically what you're doing is you're not creating a mixtape, you're putting it down on paper. What you want to do is just, these songs are going to represent your life, where you come from, where you've been, what you've done, how you've grown in your own life. And what we want is you to choose 5 to 10 songs. That's going to be the tricky part. There's so many different artists and bands and songs that you can choose from that you might want to think about chunking your life. Thinking about your childhood, thinking about your teen years, thinking about the development into an adult, and whether or not you made good or bad choices, and where you are now. Those are the things that I would think about if you were trying to think of a journey, your journey and your personal life through songs. When you've chosen your songs, what we need is, of course, the title. We'd like to see the artist or the band, and most importantly, we want to know why you chose this song to represent your life, your personal story. We don't want to hear, I liked it, it sounded good, has a catchy beat. No, we want to see that you have chosen these songs with some insight. You're not just choosing them to get this assignment done. You really believe that this part of your life was all about challenges, and maybe the song represents that. Okay? If you want, you can always add a video or an audio file of the song for the teacher that you have for this course, because that's always a nice little add. We might not be familiar with some of the songs that you have put on your mixtape, and since I'm a lover of all types of music, I'd be very interested in being introduced to new new types of music or new bands or new artists. Okay? The second part, though, to your music, after you put the 5 to 10 songs on a list and you've completed the artist, the title, and the reasons for why you chose those songs, what we want to do is you to take a further analysis, a further development, looking into one of these songs. For one of these songs, what you're going to do is just take a copy of the lyrics, and there's many different sites where you can get the lyrics for songs. You're going to copy and paste them onto a Word document, and then again, what you're going to do is you're going to critically analyze that song, just like you did for the one song from the soundtrack. Again, look at who the artist is. Look at who the band is. What motivated them to write this song? What is the song about? Was there a particular time in history that the song might be based on? Those basic elements could indeed allow you to have a greater insight on the poetic devices that the songwriter or the band used. Again, you're looking for poetic devices, and please don't worry if you cannot find a variety of them. As I've already said, you're more often going to find the basic ones: symbolism, similes, metaphors, alliteration, those basic ones. And if you can find those, great. If you can find some of the other ones, even better. But please be aware that not all songs have literary devices. Some songs are just some songs. So don't worry. Try your best to find. And if you happen to have a song that you think does not have a literary device, let us know that. We'll see if you're right. Now, please remember too that we want to know if this song that you've chosen is related or reflective of the theme that you've chosen for your life, your journey. If you're talking about growth and development for a positive future, we want to know that these songs do indeed emphasize or work on the topic that you've chosen for your journey, your mixtape. Now, obviously, what we want at the very end with this one song that you're analyzing, because you indeed have chosen it for this assignment, we want to know why. What is it about this song that empowers you, moves you? What is it? We want to know. This, though, would be a great opportunity of hyperlinking an audio file for the teacher to either see a video of the song or hear the song. I think it'll help us in terms of marking and help us with your analysis of the song. Now, I believe that's everything that we're requiring for you to look at today. I'd like to remind you, hold on, I think I should probably check to see if anybody is asking any questions. Nope. I don't even think anyone's logged in. That's okay, though. You know that Tully, Stephanie, and I are here for you guys. And ladies, if there's any questions, anything that you think is important for us to know, please let us know. You'd be surprised at what we can do to assist you in being successful in this course. And trust me, there's a lot of things we can do to help you be successful. A reminder to please stay on top of your work. If you're falling behind, send us a message. Let us know what's going on so that way we're not worried about you being dropped out of the course or anything like that. And then last but not least, I want to remind you about the cheap seats. You do know that they're due on Friday. If you have the time today, why not get it done? If not, keep working hard. I'm absolutely enjoying the submissions that I've been getting. The thoughts and the insights of the students in this course is just amazing to see. I wish everybody a great day, and I hope to hear and see from a lot of you in the next few days. Okay? Have a great day, folks. Bye.